Just fix the bangs. Fix the bangs.
No, because we have to talk about it. You know, bangs dictate how my whole day is gonna go.
No, same.
Like, if I wake up and I have a bad bang day, my day's fucking ruined.
Bad hair day.
No, but like, bad hair day is one thing, bad bang day is another thing. Because I feel like your hair can be super snatched, and then the bangs are right at the front of your face.
It's just like, it's there.
So then you just look like Hot Mess Express, because why are your bangs fucked but the rest of your hair's fine?
I like that, Hot Mess Express.
Hot Mess Express. That's what the podcast is. Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 of the Pretenders podcast.
The Pretenders podcast coming at you live and direct, but we're not actually live.
No.
Maybe one day.
Tour? Podcast tour when?
Twitch stream?
Twitch stream when?
What do you think about streamers?
I love streamers. The streaming is one of the most content that I watch.
Really?
I watch a fuck ton of streamers. I'm a big fan.
You know, I think sometimes they can be strange people in real life because they spend so much time alone.
I often wonder streamers how their relationship with chat affects them. Because I feel like for some people,
Chat, can you fact check this?
chat, what's our relationship right
Chat.
now? Single status taken. But like, because I feel like with streamers, like, you interact with chat 24/7. You know what I mean? The people that send you the money, they're people that engage with your content. They're people that
You know
like
what's
you or
weird?
dislike you.
To me, it's really weird, like, the whole concept, because, like, if you're, like, pre-recording, like, let's say a YouTube video, right? Like, you're not actually performing for anybody. Like, here, you know? Or, like, if you're, I don't know, film TV, you're not actively performing for anyone, like, right in front of you
No.
type of thing. Like, you don't get, like, actual reviews in front of your face, you know? No one's saying, like, oh, no one's, like, watching you eating popcorn being like, huh, mid.
Mediocre.
Yeah.
No,
But,
like, in the moment. Streaming, it's in the moment.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, this isn't funny. Can you cover another topic?
No, it's gotta be rough. You know what I love though? When I see streamers they'll make up responses to questions. I think that's fucking genius.
I think that's funny.
They're like, oh, so hey, oh yeah, you guys love the latest video? Okay, great. But like, nobody ever fucking said that in the
Nobody
comments.
No, nobody even like. Nobody asked.
It's good bait though.
But you can't get like roasted in real time by your dad.
That's fucking crazy.
That's insane.
I feel like you have to have a lot of confidence to be a streamer. And to me, it's kind of similar with doing stand-up. You have a live audience there. The difference is just that your chat is on a screen instead of live in front of you.
Okay, like for example, like
Yeah.
I XQC Canadian King.
My Overwatch king.
Overwatch King. He's kind of like the king of brain rot, but like, and like this was a few years ago. I think he's changed his setup now. I haven't watched him in a while, but a few years ago, like where his like most like viral clips came from, he was always like in a dark basement. You know what I mean? Like he was like pitch black, and he looked like super pale
There's a little
and
spot.
anemic. Yeah, I was like, have you eaten today? You need vitamins. Like, yeah, when was the last time you saw the sun?
I know a lot of I've heard like streamers will have like the walking pads underneath their desks.
That's so nuts.
Is it nuts though? Because I'm like, it kind of works.
No, I think it's a good idea. You need to move. Like, no tea, no shade. Like, if you're a streamer, like, you, like, it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? But like, you can go for a walk.
Yeah,
You can definitely
you
go
gotta.
for a walk.
I feel like if you stream, or just like any desk job, you have to schedule in that time for yourself.
Girl, get your 5K steps in.
Yeah, but no, I love streamers. Like, I just think it's funny because you get to just like, it's live and stare. You fuck up, you fuck up. You
Yeah,
excel.
but also, like, if you
excel.
say something, ooh.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
it kind of gets dicey.
Because, like,
You have
I
to be
know,
very
like,
mindful, very cutesy, very demure.
Very. You have to, like, almost, like, I don't know, you like, in content brain? I don't know if it's content brain, but you kind of have to filter yourself a lot more.
You have to lock in.
Oh, truly.
If you're streaming, you have to lock in mentally.
Because if you don't lock in, it's like, oh, you're getting canceled. Wait. I want to talk about this. I was thinking about this in the shower. Sorry. I don't know why I had to specify that it was in the shower, but
Shower thoughts.
I think people misuse the word canceled when they mean to say that someone is just in a controversy. Because to me, canceled is like, you're done. You're kicked out of like your work, your job, or like if it's specifically like happens in entertainment, like you're not getting hired again.
That's what I think the original intent was.
Yeah.
Back when people, like, when cancellation was, like, first kind of trending.
Yeah.
It was, people were losing their jobs. They
Yeah.
were losing
And now it's
sponsorships
like,
or brand deals.
oh, you know, someone has like internet beef with someone else, and they're like, oh, you're getting canceled.
Or it's like hashtag this person over party. I love the over party hashtag.
I haven't seen that one in a while. That one's good.
The Pretenders podcast.
Hashtag over party.
Hashtag over party.
But like, I don't know, that pisses me off though, because it's like, that's not getting canceled. Or like when for example, like a TikToker will get into some shit for doing something stupid, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe cancel culture, I'm getting canceled. It's like, no one's canceling you. Like, you had a few comments saying that he did something stupid, but you're not getting canceled.
No. Because I feel like cancellation, like, it's gotta be for those really big things
Yeah.
that you deserve to be canceled for.
Like, you're not.
Yeah, like, you shouldn't be working. You
Like, you're not getting
paused.
paused. You know, you're getting canceled.
Paused.
Yeah, I don't know, but we're not getting canceled.
We're not getting canceled.
Do you know
Not today. Why are we not getting canceled?
Because we've been media trained.
Have you had media training?
I have.
I have not.
I've had some media training.
What is that like?
It's pretty much like pretty basic shit that you would kind of already assume. Like, you know, don't respond to trolls.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Don't, you know, anger fans. Don't say controversial things, you know? Like, it's so, I don't know. It's very straightforward.
Like, that's just the interview type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do dumb stuff. Don't say slurs. You know, like, that's,
Fuck.
you know, like...
The basic decent things not to do.
Just don't, you know, it's just stuff you would assume.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you know, be charismatic. Give them a little something.
Can you teach charisma?
No,
I don't think you can either.
I don't think you can. You either have it or you don't. I think it can be developed.
I think you can be more confident. Like,
Yeah.
you could develop confidence.
I think your charisma can get better, but if you don't have any, it can't get better.
Yeah, I agree.
You have to have some.
You can have a little bit of charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Actually, I realized we can't say that on YouTube.
Oh, we could be
Perfect.
C-U-N-T.
Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Yeah,
Spell it out. What does that spell?
exactly. I will say though, confidence is something you can fake for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then I think it can become a reality. Because you can trick your brain.
That's what, like, this one acting instructor, like, that he would always talk about that when leading the class, you know, like, even if you're in, like, the most crazy high-stakes situation, like, just fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Fake the belief.
Just fake it.
And your body might believe it. Your mind might believe
Yeah.
it.
I think faking confidence until you actually become confident is a very smart thing. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. I feel like you have to.
I don't think you have to, because, you know, what are you gonna walk around life not confident? You can't show that to other people.
No, because I feel like one thing that's tough about confidence is that it's like energy. You can sense it from other people. Like, when people aren't confident, I can sense that from them.
It's even like
It's very readable.
I feel like a lot of confidence almost even like takes over your physicality. Like the way
Yeah,
you
100%,
move and the way you
100%.
walk. Like, you know, like I sometimes I would like think about how I would look in like grade 9, you know, and I was very, you know, not like introverted, but like a little more nervous, I'd say.
Yeah.
And you know, I was a little more like this.
Punched
Yeah, a
in.
little, it's just a physicality thing too. And now it's like, it doesn't matter. You can look the same if you walk like this or if you walk like this. Head held high. It makes a difference. Walk in a room, boom.
Well, I feel like eyes up is always the biggest thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
eyes up is a big thing. You know what I think, you know, this era of people is gonna have? I was gonna say this generation, but no, it's just anyone who's like on Earth right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have like severe neck issues.
Oh, fucking lethal.
Like, because you know when you like this angle when you're looking down at your phone and like walking somewhere or just being on your phone because it's not in front of you. I mean, I've seen old people do that, but most people don't do that.
Yeah.
It's always like this. Have you seen that image? It's like what we're gonna look like in 1,000 years because of devices.
With the fucking broken necks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like the thumbs and stuff, and they just look like they atrocious.
I was even thinking, big thing I think is going to be an issue with people's hands.
Yeah.
Hands movement. I think people like
Yeah.
we're gonna have stiffer hands earlier rather than later.
Carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel.
My wrist hurts sometimes. from holding my phone. Like if I'm having a very busy day, I have my phone a lot. Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't want to look like that thing.
That thing.
I want to.
Not human.
Yeah, I know it's scary. Not human. Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. I feel like cats can see spirits.
I agree.
Because my cat, Kiki.
Yeah, we're both cat people.
I wanted to be a dog person, and then I realized that I'm just a cat person through and through. I fucking love cats. But the long and short of it is, like, my cat, she just gets this look in her eyes, and she'll start looking around the room like she is seeing shit, and I believe her.
No, I believe her because I believe her. I believe her story.
I do too.
And also, she could definitely see better.
No, because it's just the look in their eyes, like, I know they see something.
I've seen one. Not a cat, a ghost.
A ghost?
Yeah.
When did you see a ghost?
I've seen two.
Here?
Yes. Not in this apartment.
I hope not.
I have seen a ghost. I have a ghost at my cabin, 1000% certified. In the wilderness of Russia.
Oh, fuck.
My family has a cabin that we used to go to back in the day. And yes, it was 1000% haunted because it wasn't even like one person saw it, one person heard it. It was everybody who was ever there. And the witch was over, let me think, over 8 people. So we can't all be nuts.
No, definitely not, but it wasn't like an animal
No.
or something like
No.
something had fallen.
One person got dragged by their leg down the stairs.
You have to be fucking with me.
No, I'm serious. Another time, this happened to me, staying there during the summer. And I made friends with this girl next door. And I told her, I was like, listen, there's a ghost in this cabin. And she's like, okay, investigation. That's what kids do. Okay,
Yeah, of
it's
course.
investigation time. So we got a notepad and pen, which is, I think, pretty investigation-like. We were definitely the Ghostbusters. Anyway, we wrote down what we were gonna do. We're like, okay, because upstairs was very, very cold that night. Everyone usually slept downstairs in this closed-off room where there was like a fire going. So we were like, no, we're gonna sleep upstairs. We're gonna get a tent, so it's very warm. We're gonna get sleeping bags. We're gonna bring a little like camping light, and we're gonna bring our cat because why? They can see spirits.
That was the intention behind bringing the cat.
Yes, that was the exact intention. So we did this. We set up the tent. We had our sleeping bags. We had the lights. We had the cat. We close up the tent. We're like, oh, okay, nothing's happening. The ghost's not coming out. Then the cat starts hissing at the sides of the tents.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. She starts hissing. And we're like, okay, maybe there is something there. And it's like aggressive. It's not like a little, oh, she's looking at it funny. Like she's losing her mind over this. And then, handprint on the side of the tent.
No, somebody's plotting.
Handprint on the other side of the tent. And then it starts beating all around the tent, like super, super fast.
You can't be serious.
No, I'm serious. And my mom's like, why are you guys screaming? Like she yells from downstairs because we're directly above her. And I'm like, are you and my sister? I was like, are you guys both down there? And she's like, yeah. And they both responded. I heard, yeah. There's nobody else in the house. And it wasn't like there was somebody fucking with us.
That's what I'm gonna. Was it like this big whodunit thing?
There was
Somebody's
nobody
fucking with you
else
guys?
in the house. And
I
the
don't
cat
know.
was losing her mind.
I do
And-
think the cats can see the spirits.
Yeah, no, she saw it. But the thing is, I remember one time the spirit really annoyed my mom, and my mom was like, "You need to leave. Like, stop this." And he stopped. I think it's a he. I think it's the guy who originally built the cabin.
The spirit listened to your mom.
Yeah, he did. He stopped for a while.
Do you think the spirit would listen to you?
I don't know. I was a child, so I don't know if I had that authority.
Oh, you think so? Maybe the spirit was a younger spirit.
No, I just think he wouldn't listen to me.
Fair enough.
But then afterwards, a few years later, he dragged that guy down the stairs.
That is so fucked. Did he have like bruises or anything on his arms?
No, I don't think so. But he wasn't like hit leg in the air and dragged. So it's like, how does that happen?
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of those old like Ghostbuster like type shows. I used to really eat those up as a
Do you
kid.
think some of them are real, or do you think all of them are staged?
Okay, in my opinion, I think all of them are staged.
But all,
I think a lot of them are. But
you're
here's
naive.
But here's the thing though, is it kind of reminds me about like hard shift, but like how people like shifting. It's like everybody's in on this thing.
Oh my god.
Everybody's in on this thing. And they're saying it's real, but we all know it's not.
But you're all nuts.
Like, shit. Okay, listen. I believe in lucid dreaming. I know
Yes.
lucid dreaming is real. I have done it. Have you had a lucid dream?
Not when I can. I didn't intend to have it, but I can control it where I realize it was a dream.
Like, but you realize you're dreaming.
Yes.
And you can make actions of will.
A
in
little
your
bit.
dream.
Yeah. Like, for example, like, when I was a kid and I'd have a really scary dream, I'd realize I was having a dream, and then, like, I want to wake up, and I'd wake up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of funky.
Yeah.
I could never force myself out of sleep, even if I knew it was a dream.
Really?
Yeah, but the thing with the shifting is that the reason why I don't buy the shifting.
But what is shifting? For, you know, our listeners and viewers that don't know.
From what I understand, shifting is similar to lucid dreaming, but like you can enter in and out all the time, and you can meet up with people.
Yeah.
That's what's gotten me
So,
confused. Is meeting
okay,
up with other shifters.
Was this during COVID? Was it like during peak COVID that this was
Yeah.
trending?
I found out through shifters from like the Harry Potter fandom.
Yes.
They were shifting
Yes.
with Draco Malfoy.
So, yeah, shifting was this like trend on TikTok where mainly, I want to say younger women would basically be like, you can shift, I guess, your consciousness. I'm assuming that's what they're referencing. You can shift your consciousness into a different like realm. But it's not like, oh, I'm lucid dreaming, I'm making this up. It's like, no, we're going to shift ourselves into the Harry Potter reality. Or we're going to shift ourselves into the Vampire Diaries reality.
Is it only when they're sleeping?
No, they weren't. I don't think they were even like, I think it wasn't even like a fully sleeping thing. Like, I don't know.
I think that's where the disconnect is for me, because I assumed it was similar to lucid dreaming, where you would like, you know, before bed be like,
But
oh, I'm a
people
shift.
would like meet up, like a Roblox server.
That's where I get confused.
But you guys are lying.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's similar to the ghost shows. It's like they're all lying to themselves.
Because there's just no, like, okay, you're not meeting up with Draco Malfoy. Okay, it got nasty though. Like, some people were doing nasty.
They were shagging Draco Malfoy for hours.
Yeah, apparently, like, people were doing crazy stuff, and I just want to say, like, was this, like, some type of mass hysteria psychosis that was going on during COVID?
The 2020 effect was real.
Oh, 100%.
The 2020 effect was so real.
So much weird shit happened during the pandemic. And I want to say, I think Canada was one of the countries, not with, like, the most strict regulations, but, like, we couldn't go back to normal for much longer than, like, the United States or, like, other countries.
Yeah, ours was a bit more of an extended lockdown,
It
for
was.
sure.
So I think people up here specifically lost their mind just a tad bit more.
No, but 2020 was just so strange. I'm seeing videos now on TikTok of people being like, oh my god, how I did my makeup in 2020, and it's so drastically different to 2024. And it's not just like a difference of like, oh, like a cutesy beat to like maybe like a more heavy-handed beat. It's like, I don't know how to word this, but like almost like very like emo type makeup. It's just like very expressive, and then now it's all very like neutral.
But also now there's, like, this whole clean girl thing, right?
Oh yeah, the clean girl aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know what confuses me? Preppy style. And the reason why it confuses me is because preppy to me back in the day was, when I think of preppy, I think of preppy students.
Like, prep
Collar.
school, that's where the term comes from, right? Like,
Yeah,
prep school.
pleated skirt, collared shirt
Yeah.
with maybe like a sweatshirt over it, collar going through. No, but like preppy now is like brighter colors,
I've seen that too.
sweatpants, smiley faces.
But I think maybe people should stop building their individual styles from internet trends.
what gets me is I love when things kind of like become, people try to make things unique, but when I see like blue nails and people are like blueberry nails, blueberry raspins, swirly
Oh my
pop
gosh,
nails.
she has oat latte caramel hair. Oh, it's not brown, it's oat latte.
I can't. It takes me out a little bit.
It's a little creative. I don't know. 2020 though in general was just a strange time. Like, I just think like it's because like the only thing you really were able to do was like kind of like rot and be on the internet and play Among Us.
Okay, but I think we need to bring Among Us back.
My friend texted me yesterday saying he was playing Among Us.
Like the guy we played with.
No, someone else. But like,
Okay.
I was like, wait. I texted him. I was like, you do know it's not 2020 anymore, right? Like, there are other games.
It's good.
He's keeping it strong. He's keeping it alive. That was a time though. And you know what? I think on top of like being locked out and being like alone all the time, Among Us trending is kind of freaky because, like, oh yeah, people are alone and by themselves, and on top of that, they're also practicing being pathological liars.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's like, I didn't know you could do this. I haven't seen you in months, and now you're out here tricking everyone you know?
Deceiving people fully on a Discord call.
Something about that doesn't sit right with me.
But I think like when people are like locked in an area for a specific amount of time, like it's like I think the intrusive thoughts were intrusive thoughting.
Oh yes.
Is there an intrusive thought that you've acted on
During COVID? Or
during COVID or just in general? Because okay, I had a friend, shout out AJ, who threw herself off a chair because she had an intrusive thought. She was like, I can't remember what pain feels like. So she threw herself off the back of a chair. Like she sat on the chair, so the back was facing in front of her, and she threw herself off the chair.
Oh my god.
The intrusive thought one, personally, I have one. I used to bike. That sounds depressing.
I used to ride my bike.
I used to actually exercise, guys. No, but I used to I had this little like the training bikes or whatever.
Oh yes.
And like I would drive it. I would ride the bike like up and from the driveway, not a far distance. Like think like a driveway. I would just go up and down across the street. But like I would do it purposely in front of like other cars. Like I would be like, how close can I cut it to this car?
Oh.
In my defense, I was like 7. Like I don't think I really understood like
you could die.
Yeah.
Like mortality.
Yeah, but the intrusive thought was intrusive thought.
Wait, question. When did you realize like kind of like the principle of like being alive? Like kind of like the fact like your own mortality. Like was there like an age where you became cognizant of it, or did you kind of just realize over time? Because I remember a specific incident.
A specific incident?
Yeah.
Mine's very minor. No, like it was very young.
Yeah.
Very younger. I just remember being like, all right, fuckers, we got one shot.
We got one shot.
I remember I had like a full on like a good cry about it, and I was like, all right, let's do it.
I had a good cry about it too.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I think I was 8. I'm trying to think how
like
old
7
I
or 8
was.
maybe.
I couldn't have been older than like 5 or 6, and I remember that like I was just talking to my mom, and I just remember like sitting on the ground and crying at the fact because I was like, Mom, you're gonna die one day. And I remember I was bawling, and then she started bawling, so it didn't help. Because she was like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, no, that's worse. Like, you can't also start crying. Like, oh my god.
The person who's supposed to make it okay can make
I
it
know.
okay.
So I was just like, oh my god, we're both gonna die.
Because you know what? It's so funny you say that. That was literally my exact experience. I remember I was sitting with my mom. I don't know what we were talking about, and I just remember being like, oh fuck, wait, we're getting your COVID.
No, like, we're getting it.
I just remember she felt so bad. How do you console a crying child?
Who just, okay, it's literally like gaining consciousness.
It was, no, it fully was.
Because you're like, oh my god, I am mortal.
I felt like I almost traumatized her in a way, because then I'm reminding her of her
own mortality,
you know?
Your little child's coming up to you being like, we're all going to die. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I remember I had a good cry about it, and then I was like, alright, fuck it, let's ball.
Yeah. I remember not being so sad about my own death, though. It was more like my mom. I was like, oh.
Yeah, the same thing.
And that's I don't know, that's such a crazy thing, though. Like, one day, you just become conscious and you start remembering. And I think that's one of the super scary things about, like, I don't know, just being able to influence young kids, or just being able to like have kids. You can literally create their entire reality, but you don't know when they actually start registering things.
No, I know, because I've heard like strange stories of it happening even earlier. Some people it's delayed. Like, it's a very late realization.
Like I'm not an NPC.
Yeah, no, really. But I even think, because like obviously, I think your frontal lobe is still developing until you're 25, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
No, because even lately, there's been things that I'm starting to think about, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Like I didn't care about this last year.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's a serious one. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter be like, oh, I'm 25, 26, and my like outlook on life is so different than it was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but then I start to think about it this way. It's like, say you're 25, right? And you're from the low, it's fully developed, it's fully cooked, if you will. If you have a really shitty mindset and a really shitty outlook on life, will that change then? I'm a firm believer that your mindset can change, you know, at any age. I'm a firm believer, but at some point I'm like, what if you're just built that way?
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing.
You know?
I remember reading in a psychology book a while ago that your personality is formed at a very young age. So you're like you if not like, you know, how you act and all that, but like inside, like who you are is kind of formed at like even before 10, and I don't, you gotta fact check me on this, but it's like at a very young age it's formed, even like before puberty. So
Really?
yeah, so like I think your outlook can change, but I also think your outlook is kind of morphed by your personality.
You don't think it's by experience? You think it's by
I think it's both. I think it's both. Because I don't think it's fully morphed by your personality, but it definitely, because like if you're, I don't know, if you're just kind of like a pessimistic person in general, like how bright can your outlook get?
That's what I wonder, is I wonder at what point is it almost like, not unfixable, but like you'd have to do some really hard work.
And I don't think most people want to do that.
No, and I almost sometimes I'm like, maybe it can't change. Like maybe people can't change.
Like do you think some people are just like, because you know it's like, oh, backstory, lore, oh, this happened to them. Do you think some people are just actual assholes?
Oh, 100%.
Like it's just a personality thing.
No, 100%, because I've known people that have grown up in like very like privileged environments. They have no reason, they were not in an environment to be a shitty person, yet they were. So it's like, then it's you.
Then it's you.
Then it's you. Do you know anybody like that? Do you not know anybody that like had it made and was still an asshole?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just interesting though, because
No,
I find that usually the people who have the best outlook on life, or like the nicest people, are the ones who have like the most shittiest environments, or like shitty things happen to them when they were younger. But they still tend to be nice people.
And you would think it would be the opposite.
Yeah.
You would think they would hold on to like that resentment and stuff, but they end up being very kind. But I think it's maybe that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, because
It's
they're like,
more positive
oh,
outlook.
yeah, like bad things happen to me, so I'm going to be like the positive in the world.
That's what I think.
Do you think you're a positive person? Do you think you create a positive impact on the world? I think I'm pretty neutral.
I think I'm pretty neutral as well.
Like, I think I try to be naive. Like, yeah. Ish.
Ish, depending on the day.
I think
Depending on if I wake up and my bangs are good. That's.
If I'm having a bad hair day, like, I'm not that I'm being outwardly rude, but I'm just like,
I'm not even being nice to myself.
no.
So. But you think you're relatively positive?
Yeah, I think, like, relatively, like, yeah. I don't know why my voice keeps going up. Maybe I know I'm lying.
I was gonna say, I feel like you're telling me something else. Your voice is telling me something else.
Lying, actually.
I feel like for me it depends on the day. It depends on the day. There are some times where I can get like in a really shitty mindset.
If I don't go on TikTok, it's a better day.
You need a 15-minute timer. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life.
Mine is 2 hours for combined Instagram and TikTok. But the thing is,
that's a good way to do it.
Instagram. Sometimes there's like work stuff on Instagram, like DM stuff, you know?
I know what you mean.
That's the only annoying thing. But TikTok, actual brain rot. I didn't have it so I had it for a few years. Got my account, like I got logged out, couldn't log back in. Didn't have it for about a year and a half or two. Amazing.
Yeah, I remember you were off of there for a while.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, she's like the it girl.
But I will say it's a little annoying because people will constantly reference stuff from TikTok. And I'm like, okay, you can't do this to me, okay? Because I'm trying to be better with my social media consumption, and then you're like, oh, did you see the... No.
And everybody's seen it. It's not like some niche one video that I'm like,
Exactly.
oh, Daniela, did you see this? No. Fucking everybody and their mother
Saw
the video.
And it's like, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I remember I used to send you a fuck ton of reels. Or TikToks.
Yeah, everyone, and the thing is, it was so funny, everyone knew that I didn't have, like, the app, so they would have to send me the link on iMessage.
I get my one friend because of my my screen limit. I get her to screen record them. She's a real one. She'll fully screen record them and send them to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
screen record. I've done that for a friend before.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, like I can watch it past 12 when my timer's up. She's like, no, I don't want you to use your timer for that. I want you to watch it I was like, period.
Yeah, but I saw this quote recently. I can't remember if it was like an Instagram story quote. Okay, listen, I sometimes really like people's Instagram quotes.
Like those like.
I will say, like when people post like quotes on their story, I sometimes am actually like motivated by them.
I like them. Why? I feel like most people think they're corny, right?
Yeah.
I actually don't.
I like them because I saw this thing and it was
I
like
them.
how you spend your days is how you spend your life, and that gets me off of TikTok immediately.
No, I know what you mean. Like when you think you're spending too much time.
If I'm like doomscrolling, or you know when you do that thing when you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go be productive, and then you just swipe out of one app and go to the other.
Or better, swap from one screen to the other.
Oh my god! And like for some reason it feels better because it's not the same screen.
Yeah, I literally will feel like wiped. Like I'm ready to go again.
No, reset.
Yeah,
Factory
hard
reset.
reboot.
But
I love corny quotes.
I was gonna say, we really talked about mortality and death a lot.
I think it started because you brought up the ghosts.
Yeah, I think that was the vibe. Would you want to be a ghost?
I think honestly haunting people would be a little amusing.
I think that'd be really fun.
I really do, but then I'm like, I don't want to scare people.
But like maybe that's the lesson that you need to learn, and then eventually you can like ascend.
No, I don't think I need to be a ghost. Do you want to be a ghost?
No. That was a ghost.
Before we started recording, I told Daniela that like I keep crazy timers on my phone for just like things I need to do throughout the week, and I'm like, oh, like hey, I'm gonna turn these off. I actually ended up setting a new one because I was trying to keep track of the time, which I mean I think that's our time.
That is our time.
In conclusion, don't be a ghost. Don't be afraid of death. And get off your screen.
Get the fuck off your screen. I mean, unless you're watching this.
Yes, stay tuned.
Then you should actually stay longer.
We also have another episode.
We do.
First episode if you want to go watch, and we're here next week.
And we'll definitely have, if you're watching this in the future, there are more.
Let's doom scroll together. To our doom.
But only our content. That's allowed. Because you learned something.
What did they fucking learn?
I don't know, but it's a conversation with friends. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Real life connection, even if it's on screen.
It's with friends we made along the way.
We'll see you next week.